Hey y'all, it's Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. I have a Rolodex and I'm not afraid to use it. Actually I have been. I've had it for a long time. I've got this one and I've got ones that are in the container that the lid lifts. And anyway, what I found out is that they're different sizes. So I have a couple. I don't know which one I like better, but anyway, this is the one that has the bigger things in it, the bigger cards in it. So I have been wanting to do this for a long time. I've seen, I know there was like memory decks for a while and all of that. I wanted to do, challenge myself to do, instead of doing like the iCAD, like the index card a day, I had thought earlier in the year or last year or whenever that I would do maybe one of these a day. And then I thought, well, then you start what-ifing everything. And so, or I do. And so what I found myself doing was, well, what if I run out of the cards? Can I make more? I looked for dies that would make them. I looked for the punches that would make, these holes. And I did find some. I actually bought a die. I can't find it right at the moment, but I own one. And, but I do remember it being a little smaller or different size. The cards can be different sizes, but the holes have to line up. I was trying to get it to where I could use one thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that was all my hang-ups. And so that's why I haven't done anything with this. I've had these for, a couple of years now. And wanting to do like little art pages or collage pages, whatever. I really never zeroed in on what I wanted to do. And then I figured out that it's okay. I don't have to zero in on what I want to do. I just like creating on small things. Now, I probably will when the iCAD challenge rolls around again. I don't know when it goes, but there is a good chance that I might try my hand at that. When it came around this last time, I wasn't in a place that I could do that. And, creatively, mentally, time-wise, whatever. And it just kind of went by the wayside. I create one and then that's the end of that. So, and this might be the same thing, but I'm not going to set any parameters on myself, at least to start with. And then, if I enjoy it, then I might, I might decide to do one a day or something like that. It just is like a creative warm-up for me. And so I made this one. And the other thing I figured out is, hey, they could be little mini Gluebook pages. So guess where my brain ran with that. But I love collage. I love looking at collage. I love doing collage. I love, the art journal stuff, the painty papers, all the things. And so this is kind of a combination. This is some of my gel prints on the back. And then these flowers are from Lydia at February and June in one of her printables. I just cut them out. And then this little pink dress right here is from that not the old Simplicity catalog that I have, but the one from just a few years ago. And they have kind of real people in them, and not kind of real people. They have real people in them, and then like an illustrated version of the dress or outfit or whatever it is. So I did that. This is kind of why, if you watched my haul video, this is kind of why I wanted, one of the reasons why I wanted some different washi in like this little muted pink. Anyway, and also that kind of the softer colors. I keep calling them muted, but they really are depigmented a little bit. So anyway, I've just been playing. So I have some blank ones. I have, because I told you I was into the neons, I was doing some more jelly printing today with my new paints. And this is that one that says it's crimson red. And that is no crimson red I've ever seen, but that's okay. I love the color. I'm hoping that you can see, and I'm debating on zooming in a little bit. The problem with that is then I'll do something larger and then I forget to zoom you back out. So I have to be mindful of that. But I was just playing with some of my jelly prints and really just trying to get solid-ish colors. And so I thought, well, I might as well do a few of these while I had all my mess out. And because eventually I have to put my mess up before I go out of town, because when I come back, my daughter's coming and I can't have my mess thrown everywhere, right? So this one tore. You have to be careful when you're pulling them off of the jelly plates, but I'm not throwing it away because, well, just because. You don't just, you know, you don't have to. I mean, you can. So I have my little Tim Holtz small dolls out. And I do like the vintage look, and I like some things in it, but I don't like everything in that. This to me is a mixture. It's not really vintage, but it's a little bit, I don't know what I'd call that. But I do like the mixed media aspect of it, and I like this right here is where I said, okay, I just put a book page on it, and I was playing with some of the new tapes. This says, allow your mind to bloom, and I really like that because I was giving myself space just to create, just for the sake of creating it. And for me, that's very difficult to, it has been difficult to do. It's getting easier. I'm getting better about it, and stuff like this helps. So I dug through my Gluebook images because I wanted something floral. I also started with, like, this is one of, I think these are probably a pack of Tim Holtz flowers and butterflies or something. I just have them in this container right here. I don't know what that set is called, but and there's that blue again. I've got that blue, maybe not for this one, but I probably will use that with some of this the blue washi that I was talking about in the last video. So, yeah, I've never done a lot. I've never done really well with a small scale crafting. My journals are bigger, my writing is bigger, my stuff like that. So, oh, I have some of this, I have it right here, and I have it in the blue too, but it's this, I got it a long time ago. I used to use it in my mixed media art. It's like a gauze, for lack of a better word. This is a very pale pink. I have a like denim blue somewhere, and I've used them in journal making. I've used them in art journal pages, mixed media pages, things like that. So I cut off a little bit of it, and then you can stretch it and make it whatever you want. So I was going to do this right here. Well, I had another flower, a different flower. I was going to do that, but then I started plundering in my Gluebook images, and this chair matches perfectly. I want to drop it down a little lower because I don't want it to cover up those words right there. This is where it says allow your mind to bloom. So those are my words for this one. And then I have these little hydrangeas, and I love hydrangeas. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to be still long enough to let your mind bloom. So I like it, and I'm going to do it. And then, let's see, glue and something non-stick, my wax paper. So thought I would just finish this one. This one's already almost together. Now, if I can do this without tearing those little legs, that would be amazing. But if you ever watched me glue, I'm bound to tear something. So I'm trying to be a little more soft-handed with my gluing. Okay, I need you to scoot over just a hair. There we go. And then I'll just have to trim off that little piece of the leg right there, which is absolutely fine. And then I want the hydrangeas like they're sitting next to the chair. hence the bloom. So, and I'm not asking anybody to jump on this bandwagon with me unless you want to. And then, you know, creativity loves company. I know that saying goes with another word, but that's not how I choose to look at it. Because this is certainly not anywhere close to misery. That is for sure. So I like those. And then I thought, you know, and I'm just going to put them, I've had to, as I've glued, I've had to cut around just with scissors. And it does cause a little bit of tightness. So I do need to find, I might look a little harder for the punch. I know they make it. I just have to see if it's the right size. So I hadn't taken the time to like measure and do all the things. So which one do we want to do next? I semi had a plan, and then I semi don't. Okay, so if I play with neons, I have my neon washi. Or I can, the other thing I thought about was I went through some of my Gluebook background images. I'm dying to play with that neon washi, y'all. Can you tell? So I have like that. I have, this is not a Gluebook background image, but I have like these pieces of background, which that would work. I don't, nothing sparking something that says, oh, that's what I can put on the other side, you know, or something like that. So I'm not going to force that. Actually, it's not bad just being, yeah, I don't think I like it like that. I think I like that taller part up top. I also have some ribbon. I was going to put ribbon on the top of both of those. Some like lace, but then I have the washi on top, and I don't know, it doesn't look like, actually that doesn't look that bad on there. I'm not sure that's really where I want to go right this second. I just happen to have that flower out and handy. This is a piece of watercolored music paper. I believe Allison gave me this. It's very beautiful. I love the colors. I'd love to know what watercolor set that came out of, because I love this coral right here. If you can't tell, I think I would leave those fringes on there. I don't think it would cause, it might cause a little bit of a problem. Yeah. Because I can see that this one's already a little bit of a problem because it ran over the card. So they do have to be pretty strict to the size of the, whatchamacallit. So I don't think I can have the fringe. I could have the fringe off the top. But then that leaves me with, yeah. So for the sake of doing this, I would probably use this side and save that fringe for something else. So let's say I were to do this like this. And then what would we want to play with? Do we want some of, oh, I know what else I have. And I've been itching to play with, I did a little bit, itching to play with some of this tissue paper. Okay, so for this one, I would use, if I were doing this, this to me has a definite white and black, you know, background color. This one too. Then I would probably do something like, you know, one of these paper dolls. I don't know. I still want it to mean something, if that makes sense. I'm not, let's see. Like, she has her arm out right there, and okay, if there was like a dog there or a chair or something like that. Like for example, I wasn't necessarily going to put a person on this one, but let's say we had her right here. She'd have her hand on this chair. She doesn't fit on there, but anyway, that's beside the point. So what I thought about doing is I'll just go through and make some backgrounds, kind of like I did with this, and then whatever flows, flows. So, I really want to do, I also have all of my, I have a squeaky chair. Oh, I know what I was going to do. This is from Lydia at February and June also. This is one of her printables. And I thought about doing this one right here. This, like collage rainbows. Or I like this one right here too. I think they'd be a good size. I'll put this one in my little basket. So this is my little, I'm going to call it Gluedex. Let's see, there was Rolodex, Memory Dex. I think that Memory Dex is from Heidi Swamp, I think, isn't it? And let's see, will we call this Collage Dex or Gluedex? I don't know. We'll decide by the end of the video. Maybe you can help me. And I have absolutely no idea. I know that people create with these. I know that this is not a new idea. But it is something that I have wanted to do for, I would say, at least 2 years. Well, I've had these. I've been collecting these Rolodex for at least, no, it's been longer than 2 years, because it was before all the, you know, the world shut down stuff. So, because that was when I was doing most of, you know, my thrifting was back before that happened. So, it's been, and that's been 4 years ago. Wow. That's crazy. So anyway, I've had these a while, and I just wanted to start creating. And, you know, I kind of get hung up in this, well, you know, if I start one thing, then I feel like I have to carry it out. Well, guess what? You don't. I'm learning all these things as an adult. Kids know that, but adults struggle with it, I think. Or I do. So that was where I always had fear of starting like a new journal, because if I do this one thing with it, then, you know, like a junk journal or something like that. I kind of like that. It's kind of, you know, just plain and fine. Random something. There's that word that I dread so much. Okay, so let me put that up. And, oh, I know what. That's perfect height. She has her hand on the rainbow. That might be too busy of a background for that. I might need to stick to this little piece right here. And then I can embellish with some washi or something like that. Now, her head is fine to stick off the top, as long as something doesn't stick off the sides and it can't cover up that hole, those holes. I have learned that. So looky there. Perfect. All right, so let's glue. Let me make myself some room here. Let me glue this on. I've been also having fun doing some doodling on my gel print papers. Doing some, you know, I want to say abstract. Because that's kind of what it is. Some stamping and some, you know, other things. And, you know, just mainly like with black ink on top of the colorful, the bright colors. And let's see if we can get this down. It's very, very sticky. Okay. Just kind of plain, black and white. That's all right. I do want it to stick. This is Dina Wakley tissue paper, I think. Her collage tissue paper. So I am going to need to, I got to cut a little bit of this, but not a whole lot. I just turn it over and trim it like that. I mean, you don't need any fancy hole punch, although that would make things easier. Like when I glued the book page over it, instead of cutting it around, you know, I just glued the whole thing and then cut out the little holes right there. I'm kind of wishing that she, well, I can't get her up. Okay. Kind of wishing that she was standing on the other side with the other arm, and that would put the rainbow kind of, you know, on this side. I could put, ooh, I like her standing right in the middle. Well, shoot, I've already put the tissue paper on that side. I am definitely, I think because this particular rainbow is got the black and white back, like this part of it, the outermost is black and white. I think that's why it was getting lost. So here's what I kind of like when I do collage or glue book or whatever. I like a little bit of realistic and a little bit of illustrated. So like something that's cartoonish with something that's real. Maybe like an image from a magazine with something that's a drawing, or something like that. So to me, like, these are sort of realistic. They're real people, or they were probably real people. Wait a minute. I gotta cut this little thing. It's throwing me off here. Oop, oop. Cut too much there. Okay. So that's kind of my, as I'm doing more of this collage stuff, and last year I did a lot of the collage stuff with our Inspired to Create challenge, and I ended up doing a lot of collage with that, and really found that I liked it, and so that was great. And I'm having a hard time picking her up. So let's try with this one. I don't know, this might be too much color with the black and white, but it needs to be colorful. Let me see if I can get out some of this blue washi, or the washi that has, oh wait, I see what I want. Oh, I really didn't want to take all that out. I see what I want though. See, that has like blue and gold. This one up here has, ooh, that has some blue and pink. That has potential. Here's a thin, I'm struggling to get this out. If you couldn't tell. This is what I was trying to get to. Was this, ah! Okay. So much for keeping them in. I forgot both ends were open. Yay, good job. All right, that was 50 rolls of washi, just in case you wanted to know. Yes, it was. Yep. So I'm thinking I may put this one, the solid blue one, across the bottom. It's a little bit wider. Or this one has pink in it. I like this too. And that also helps to firm up the bottom too. The, you know, the part that's in the machine. And, you know, I don't have to keep these in that thing, but I thought I would. And I thought, I have a little date stamp. I thought I might just date them when I make them and not put any more pressure on myself than that. So what do you think? Have you done it before? Have you used Rolodex? Have you done any Rolodex art or collage or anything? It's really this very similar to the index card in size. As a matter of fact, let's see, I have an index card handy. Index card appears to be almost exactly, maybe a hair smaller. But that's what I was thinking. If I could get that hole punch, then I could just do my index cards that way and my, you know, and these. Not in love with this by itself. So, and that is a very different pink. But that's okay. I'm going to go with it because I've already made that decision. This is a lighter pink. This might have been better, but that fit better. And then I have this. Let me see if I can bring this pink into here. That doesn't look very blue. That almost looks black. Ooh, I didn't roll that up very well. But, oh, I'll have to fiddle with that later. Let me try this one, because this one is thinner. And it doesn't quite have as pronounced of a pattern, maybe. So it doesn't clash with the bottom pattern. I don't know. This might not be my favorite one yet, but it's all right. This is just kind of a little creative warm-up. So she's kind of got her hands on the rainbow there. And yeah, that washi made it a little bit busy, but it's okay. It looked like it was crooked. Yeah, it is a little crooked. I can actually see that it's crooked. Isn't that weird? That just tiny little sliver, and I can tell that it's crooked. Okay, I think we got it. Just gonna tuck that back there, and here's the rainbow again, and there we go. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Not my favorite yet, but it'll work. And I could, if I wanted to, I have, because I think this washi up here is throwing me off a little bit. I can take it off and I could do something like this. Or I could leave it on because you really can't see it. I can do that. I think I like that better. I also have, I was thinking this loop-de-loop, but I don't know if this craft color would look good on that. I think the white kind of looked good. Let's see. This is a rolled up mess. This is a mess. Apparently I haven't used this one yet. I'm trying to find the beginning of it. Aha, here we go. Not sure if I would like that or not. Just the color, because everything else kind of has a white background. What do you think? Well, I'm going to cut that right there so I can get this out of the way, and then we can kind of see. Because if I don't use it on this one, I'm sure I will use it. It's been calling to me. So, and let me cut a strip of this one. This just gives it just a little bit of texture. I think I like that one a little bit better because it kind of looks more delicate, and she kind of looks a little more delicate. Now let's see. I cannot believe I dumped that washi everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you, everywhere. Let me think. Am I gonna put it at the top and let it hang off the top maybe? No, I think I'm just gonna put it right here, and I should pull off that washi, but I think this glue will stick to it. I do believe it will. Unless I'm going to need to use Fabri-Tac. But I've had luck with the art glitter glue sticking. You know, ribbon. I've glued ribbon on with it. But I don't know if the washi, you know, because it has a different texture, right? But it appears to be sticking. I think I missed a little bit on this edge right here. Okay. And, oh, I hope I was letting you see all that. I hope I was in frame, darn it. That's what happens when I zoom in. Okay, I do want her feet down here, and I want her head to stick off a little. So I want this rainbow right. That pink thing is going to go over that just a hair. I have made a mess. A big mess. Made a big mess making a little itty bitty project. Well, I needed to put that washi in a basket anyway. I knew it was not going to stay. I knew that was not going to last very long in that container, but I had not found a basket for it yet. Let me punch out that little piece that's right there. Okay. Feet down here, hand right there. I didn't put it on the back of her head. And here we go. Now, you hear my birds? I think they're hungry. We put out that scare tape. My husband put out scare tape in the garden the other day. And they're not happy because they liked being in the garden, except they were eating all of our strawberries before we could even get to them. And so, you know, we told them they had to share. I have his small talk. I have make a difference, live your dream with passion. I want a smaller one. Today is full of possibilities. Be amazed, make it happen, stay strong. Creativity takes courage. Be open to whatever comes next. Okay. Adventure awaits you. Be authentic. Do what you love what you do. Darling, you are a work of art. That actually I might have to cut it. But that has potential. Use your wings. No, remember the now. Practice kindness. Attitude, make a wish. Look on the bright side. Own your dreams. Make today count. Live in the moment. I think I'm just reading. Do more than exist. Be your beautiful self. Choose to see the good. What did I say I was? Stay curious? No. You can never have too much happy. Isn't that the truth? Everything has beauty. What did I shoot? I shouldn't have. Always take the scenic route. You know, that's kind of cool. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I love that saying. Embrace your journey. What did I just, was it do what you love? No, that wasn't it. I'm pretty sure it was on this page. It had one word and then a comma. Did I totally miss? Live, create, tell the story. I can do that one. That's not what I had, but well. I know one of y'all remember it, and I know you're trying to tell me, and I can't hear you. Hold tight and pretend it's a plan. Live, create, tell the story, live simply, live generously. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. Huh. I really have no idea which one it was. Oh well. Oh, you know what? The black might show up better on it, though. I just want to make nice things. I like that. Be open to whatever comes next. Focus on what's important. This was not supposed to be a hard decision, right? Not all who wander are lost. I love that one. Darling, you are a work of art. That's what it was. Why did I not see that? But see, it's a good thing I didn't see it, because chances are, I would have done it in the white, and I think the black, I forgot the black was on there, and I think that will show up better anyway. There, see, everything happens for a reason. Alrighty. Well, that works. Her little head is getting bent up, but she'll be all right. She'll be all right. All right. So that one and that one and this one. And I don't know. I'm just playing. I think they're fun. I do need to trim these sides because it was not happy with me on the actual Rolodex. And I think I like the rolling one. I think that was where my final answer was, because you can see them. You know, it can sit like on your desk and you can see them. And with the closed one, you can't add anything above it, like ribbon or lace or anything like that. So I still need to make these holes a little bit bigger, and I need to apparently trim off the bottom there. Okay, so the bottom has to be a tight fit. The top, with this rolly one, you have some wiggle room. The bottom, you do not. Okay, that's much better. There we go. And that's right, that's the words on that one. Dreams of beauty. And darling, you are a work of art. I like it. Very good, very good. Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I have a mess to clean up, so I guess I will go do that. My husband should be home in a few minutes. And yeah, ba-dee-ba-dee-ba, that's all, folks. So I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.